Hi, friends. Welcome back to another great episode of Cass's World. So a couple things before we get started into my NB Bankzz interview. Couple things. Keep checking out the website if you do want an interview like this one that you're listening to in my podcast bio and my Instagram bio, my main and my podcast and Instagram bio. I started up my promo page, gave me like a 50 or at least 100 followers. Either one is fine. I'm thankful. But that's that is happening. I'm so excited because I wanted to do this for so long and I was like really contemplating on it. Another thing, I started my new series about the disappearance of MH370, the plane that disappeared in 2014, the Malaysian Airlines plane. A decade in the air. Please tune into that because that episode will be recorded tonight and maybe dropped. But yeah, so many new and fun, exciting things I said that I was going to do in the past, and now I'm actually going through with it. There's a difference between saying I am going to do that and I'm doing it. So it's like one of those scenarios. But oh my god, we've come so far from when I would like just leave y'all from Time's End and do all that, but we're here now. I've been wanting to do this interview with NB Bankzz since he came up on my For You page. I was immediately really eluded with his music, so I thought I'd, get him on here for an interview because I'm sure y'all want to know more about this man. Okay, well, unmute yourself, say hello.
You can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, what's good? My name is NB Bankzz. I'm an underground rapper from Jersey, and thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, you already told us where you're from, New Jersey. So let's get into how old you are and how you got your name and what genre of music you make. Or subgenre, either one.
I'm 15. I'm turning 16 in August, and the genre of music I make is rap. But I'm more on the underground side of rap. I'm not very well known yet, although I just hit 1 million streams of one of my songs. But let's see, what was the other thing? How my name NB Bankzz. So the N in NB stands for Newark. It's where I grew up in Jersey. And the other part is Brooklyn, where my other side of the family is, and I also grew up there too. So it was like I was born in Newark, but I was raised in Brooklyn. So it was like 2 parts of my life,
Mm-hmm.
And then Bankzz, because I'm really just like I've always been trying to hustle for money, so that's really what it is. Ain't crazy though.
Alright, keeping it nice and simple. Well, let's get into this 1 million streams you got on this song. What song did you hit 1 mil on? I mean, I think I know what it is, but go ahead and tell the people.
Yeah, the song that I hit 1 mil on is Dear Choppa. Has over probably, I think, 30K videos on TikTok. The song went like crazy viral for a little while. I'm not gonna lie, it's not, obviously like platinum or nothing, but it got a lot of attention. So I feel like that definitely helped me a lot in terms of getting my name out there and stuff like that. So yeah,
Truly is a great song. It's very refreshing, very upbeat. I like it.
I appreciate it.
Definitely giving me a break from all this like opium, like dark shit, whatever is going on, all this emo shit. I'm getting tired of it, very generic, but yeah.
I can see that.
Love the song.
I mean, when it come into like how I was making the song, I wasn't obviously on no lyrical stuff at all. Like it was really just one of them search up a beat, freestyle, and then make a hit type of songs. Like I didn't put much thought into it, but that's kind of what made it like nostalgic for people, I guess, because there was a lot like of that going on in 2016. So I think that's part of the reason why I blew up too. I'm not gonna lie.
I did see you got a lot of comparisons to TK.
Mm-hmm.
How does that make you feel?
I mean, I get that question a lot, but me personally, it doesn't affect me at all. Because at the end of the day, I'm still growing my audience. It's going to take time. But, it doesn't affect me like that. I don't really care.
Cool. Do you get any of your inspo from TK? Anything like that? Anything?
I mean, I always knew TK was fire, but I never really listened to him heavily like that. I've always really been more into, Ski and Eggs and Juice and, more of that side and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Fun fact, the way this interview got put in place, I was scrolling on TikTok at like 3 a.m. I probably shouldn't have been awake. And he popped up on my For You page, and I was like, I like this song. And I don't like a lot of, believe it or not, I don't like a lot of underground music. And I was like, this song is just, and then I heard another one. I was like, who is this man? The fuck? And I was like, well, I might as well get him on the podcast. So, we're here today.
Which song was it though?
It was Dear Choppa. It came up, and I don't remember what video specifically it was that I saw, but I know it was a video of you. But I was like, And then as I was scrolling on my feed, I saw more videos of people using the sound. I was like, bro, what the fuck? I like this is a good song. Who is this? And I went on your Instagram, and I was like, all right, let me comment on his TikTok, and then I'm gonna go to DM him on Instagram. And he hit me back, and yeah. It's kind of fun.
That's how a lot of people found me. That song definitely gave me a lot of more connections, especially with the feature that was on the song, 870. Him being on the song definitely made the audience a lot bigger for that little track.
Do you feel like TikTok is one of the best places to promote your music?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I feel like I'm not gonna say I get all my streams off TikTok, but it definitely helps a lot. For sure, with trends and all that.
No, it's no secret that TikTok has its viral song moments where you're gonna hear the same song played 50 times with every video. It is kind of sad in a way for the people who kind of blow up off trends, because it's it's a trend. It comes and it goes. Things go out of style. It's very sad, very tragic.
Yeah.
But I feel like with your song, it just alludes with so much authenticity, where it's it really can't go out of style because it reminds people of a certain time that we all wish to go back to, which is the 2016 type side. But it kind of has it has your own spin on it, which I think is really cool.
I mean, yeah, a lot of people having that nostalgic feel, and with Dear Choppa being out there, I guess that bring a lot of people back. But it's not going to stay like that. I'm not only going to do AK type beats for the rest of my career, so I don't think I'm going to have a problem, being versatile at all, though, when it comes to that stuff.
Of course, versatility is so much fun when you really get into it and explore many different things. Of course, and meet different people you can really explore into. Do you have anything that you really want to try anytime soon?
I don't, but I have this one thing I do want to do one day. I'm not gonna say I have it in the vote, because I don't. But I saw Young Chris rap on this house party type beat, and it was just so fire, because he wasn't saying no BS on it. He was actually spinning on it. So I was like, hold on, but definitely some crazy EDM shit, some shit nothing nobody would expect. I want to do just like that.
Well, I hope you get into that soon. I wish you all the success with your music, of course. All right, well, let's get into some perspective type shit. Now, if you haven't been keeping up, for everyone listening, I recently started my new series, A Decade in the Air, about the missing Malaysian airplane that went missing March 8th, 2014. And I feel like this needs to be talked about, because I feel like it's not talked about enough, which makes it seem like it's so much of a cover-up, the way that it just went and, it just came and went in the news or whatever. And, 2014, next year, will be 10 years ago. Fucking crazy, but a decade, right?
That's crazy.
Say the same thing. But can you imagine? Now, I want to put this into perspective for everyone, including you. Can you imagine, like, sending a friend or a family member off on the airport to go out of the country? You know, let's put this in, like, to deep perspective, like the same scenario that these family members were in. Imagine that it's, 11 p.m., nighttime. They have a nighttime flight. They'll get there in the morning or whatever. Okay, cool. So, it's nighttime, you're helping them get their bags, and, you're saying your goodbyes and taking pictures, and then they get on the plane, and then, you go home or whatever, go to sleep, do what you do. All right, cool. So, imagine you get a call that something has happened to the plane. Now, I feel like the first thing you would expect is like, okay, maybe a crash, it's a hijacking, I don't know. But you would never expect that the plane just disappeared, right?
Just disappeared, like vanished.
Like it went off the radar, off the grid. Like they can't.
Like nothing other plane was found at all?
No, nothing.
That's weird.
So imagine that, the airline calls all the family members or friends or whatever, or guardians, whatever. They call you, and they ask you to meet in a hotel, in one of them little rooms or whatever. So it's just you and a big group of people. And let's really put this in perspective. It's a bunch of people, foreign people. So you don't speak their language. You don't understand anything that they're saying. And then the press conference starts, and they're asking questions. Well, what happened to the plane? Where was it last flown? All this other stuff. You don't really understand, because it's like, how the hell does a plane just poof in the air? But, so then you realize that when you try to call your family members, that their phones are still ringing. But if something were to happen, like it would have crashed in water or fall down, it would go out of service and you wouldn't be able to call at all. But you call them and it still rings. Like you're waiting for them to pick up. Well, outside of this perspective, this was the reality for many family members back in 2014. And as that day turned into weeks, months, and now we're here. It's very sad to think about. NB Bankzz, I highly recommend you watch the documentary on Netflix after this when you get a chance or whatever. It's only 3 episodes, but it is a great series to start.
I mean, I've never heard of that. I actually gotta check that out. That sounds crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy, and it's sad because the search for the plane, well, first let's get this started. There was no debris ever found. Debris as in things like if the plane were to blow up or crash in the water. No parts of the plane, not even luggage, not even a little carry-on bag was even found. Up until like 2 years later, but people say that could have been planted, but that's neither here or there. Now, but the series name, get it off track. It's called MH370, the plane that disappeared. It's on Netflix. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Isn't it crazy though? Just a plane just disappearing.
I don't think that's possible. Yeah, that's definitely some sketchy stuff going on. That I'm not gonna lie.
It's not possible, but it's like, so what happened to it then if it didn't just, disappear? How would you deal with that situation? Like, if you randomly got a call, God forbid this ever happens, but if this were to happen, how do you think you would handle this situation at hand?
Well, obviously, I'm gonna be, stressed out because it's like, where could the plane possibly be? Especially for the fact that the phone is still ringing and all of that is weird, So I would definitely be asking a lot of questions and taking that to the internet, obviously, and the government, because that's just weird. Like what story is behind that?
It is weird because the Malaysian government really was not trying to give any clear answers to any of the family members or, of course, to the press. They weren't trying to give the press anything. But and it's sad because no one has really They were spent almost 10 years, and of course, you had kids on the plane, husbands, wives, fathers, parents, all that. So, yeah, many questions. Many questions. Well, sorry to get a little sad and depressing. I didn't mean to open your mind like that. Well, yeah, I just wanted to hear your thoughts. Let's move into something else though. New music, of course. So let us know, let the people know, and let them hear it here first when we're getting any type of new music, like EPs, albums, singles, anything, features.
Yeah, of course. Well, I've been promoting a lot of music recently on my TikTok, and I will say that I have a song with 870 come out sometime this month. Definitely, because the choppa obviously went crazy, so we had to run it back and get a part 2. And I am working on the EP. I don't know what the EP is called yet, but I am working on the EP that I'm going to drop this summer. Most definitely. That's all. That's the most I gotta say.
That's fun. You heard it here first, folks. EP coming, feature coming out. So that'll be fun.
Do you have any future plans for the podcast?
Well, of course. Oh my gosh. You see, as an interview, you don't really expect for people to ask you questions back. But, I get a little excited when that happens. So, I have my promo page, starting that up. Really, kind of bounds for my podcast and, when I do my interviews. And then, got my new series, starting up getting the new things that I've been wanting to get into, like true crime and mystery and little conspiracy theories here and there, that little fun stuff. Of course, interviews. And for everyone, you can just go to my website and you can figure out if you want to interview there.
It's cool to see, people just going up starting from the ground up like that. It's cool, and then to see them incorporating other people like me, that's fine.
Of course, you gotta get everyone involved. Gotta help the up and coming.
That's all right.
I see a little balance. We're really helping each other. So I don't complain about it, and I love meeting new people and all that jazz because it really helps my podcast or whatever. When I try to think about this, if I do blow up, of course I know money will get involved, but I've learned that when you go into this real humbly, money, you shouldn't really think about the money. You should really think about, the real mental gain you get from it all. And, yeah, just a little bit of advice for my friends out there.
No, I definitely agree with that. Keeping a good mindset is always good.
And I also know, with what I'm doing, of course, I'm going to accumulate, fan base and people and all that. And I'm sure a lot of people from my past are going to start coming back and dispersing and that. And I realized that, people, when you blow up, people would try to come up the Wimworks or try to expose you or be like, hey, yeah, I know you. What the fuck?
It's so weird. I hate when people do that because it's you were just hating 3 seconds ago. What are you doing here? I would have people saying Dear Choppa is a terrible song one day, and then once it reaches 1 million streams, they would just be like, yo, I was here from the start. It was so good. That shit is so weird to me. I can't do it.
So you can agree because, oh, shit, my bad for the background sound. I was going to say, so, since the blowing up of this song, you're really building a fan base and getting a lot of recognition. I'm sure you had a lot of people from your past try to come back. Any stories you want to tell us?
I have one. That was my friend in middle school that I've not talked to in literally, I could say 5 years.
Give us details.
So me and this friend was very close in middle school, and we used to hang out all the time. But obviously over time, we moved schools. I used to live in Brooklyn. he still lives in Brooklyn. I live in Jersey now, so we never really kept in contact. I started doing music, and I hit him up about it. When I first started doing music, I hit him up about it, and I sent him my music. I was like, yo, I'm starting music. I was excited about it, and I sent him a couple of my songs at the time. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty, I wasn't that good. But
okay.
He literally, he told me, he was like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, the songs is terrible. Like, he shitted on me, I'm not gonna lie. But it's also the fact that not only he did not believe in me, but like he was just telling me, he's like, bro, you're not gonna make it and just drop it, blah, blah, blah. Like, he literally told me just like that, like, stop. He's like, stop trying, which I would never tell him that if he had a pass percent.
Mm-hmm.
So, I really just, whatever, I just stopped talking to him from then on and just kept working on my craft. Obviously, over time, with my debut single, Dear Choppa dropping. Now, with this song, a lot of people started hitting me up, including him, which I have not seen or heard of in literally years. And he hit me up with a text saying, bro, oh my God, bro, I missed you so much. Oh, wow, is it cool if we can meet up again? Like, I see that you're doing music now, it's fine. I just looked at that text and I just did not respond. This is like, why are you here now? Like, after all this time, you really just gonna like pop up like that? Like, this is weird. Like, this is no weird.
It's weird. And I know a lot of people would be like, well, you can't hold grudges or whatever, it was the past. But I just feel like friendship, it has no real like time limit on it or like timeline with it. I feel like if you do something, I feel like that's just gonna stick with me forever. And a lot of people aren't like that, but I know people like us, we are like that. I remember when I first started out my podcast in 2020, and I was in this friend group, really bad friend group, by the way. PTSD is insane. But I was in this friend group. I expressed, my podcast or whatever, and I definitely didn't get the support that I thought I would from my quote unquote friends. So, I understand that. But, it's fun to think about because when you look at yourself now, you're like, wow, I am so evolved. Like, I always knew I was going to get somewhere, but, like, I didn't know I would get here, but, I'm here. And, it's like people are going to come out of the Wimworks out of nowhere, asking for handouts.
When they see progress, the progress you're making, that's really when they show up.
And that just shows that you were watching. Obviously, you were paying attention to something.
Exactly.
We see you.
Well, you said you started in 2020?
End of December 2020, Christmas break.
So that was like during COVID or like?
Yep, COVID. A depressive time for me.
Yeah. I think I started rapping during that time too, not gonna lie.
Twins.
Yeah. I feel like COVID was like a time where everybody really started picking up like a little hobby to do that.
Yeah. And some people got super passionate about their hobbies and turned it into careers and things and interests and got money off of it. So COVID was a blessing and a curse at the same time.
Indeed. I can definitely say that.
Do you feel like COVID had like a negative or like good impact on you, like all in all, like completely, just like based on like financially a little bit? Because I know we're still young, but like mentally, physically, all that. Well, number one, have you ever had COVID before?
Nah, I never. I was blessed enough to never get it, but I was definitely scared. I'm not gonna lie.
We all were. Motherfuckers made it seem like it was the bubonic plague. Like, ew. But how did this affect you though? Like the COVID as a whole, as a person. I mean, we were all young.
Yo, COVID was a blessing and a curse at the same time because I feel like COVID is really where I just found myself, because it is literally when I started rapping and making music. So like I've been doing it ever since, like almost every day. And obviously all that comes with. I had my worst grades during COVID. Like I was not doing no work, no motivation to go to school, online classes, none of that. Like I was literally making songs during classes. Like that's how bad it was getting. But like COVID had its ups and downs. Like I think I could say that for everybody though.
I see the making music in class obviously paid off because I mean look where you are now, baby. But people might have their own little opinions on that one, about the schoolwork thing. But really, online school is super hard, and I've been doing it since 2020, and I'm so glad I'm going back to regular school. You know? But that's a whole nother conversation.
You haven't gone back yet?
Nope. So embarrassing. Well, it's not embarrassing, but it's like people think it's embarrassing. So tragic.
This is crazy. This is shocking.
Yeah, no, it sucks, but it's not fun. Don't recommend it. I mean, unless you feel like you need to for your own safety and mental health, whatever. If you feel like online school is best for you, please do it. If you like it, I love it. So do what y'all want to do. But for me, 0 out of 10. I would never do it again. So, yeah. But we have 5 minutes left on the clock for this interview. So, well, how does it feel to be on? I've been trying to get you on since April, and you're finally here. So, how do you feel? Is this your first interview, actually?
Yeah, like, it is my first interview. I was about to say that. You are the first person to interview NB Bankzz, which is crazy. That's hard. Yeah, I will be documenting this, okay? I will remember this first interview if I ever blow up, okay?
You better. The fuck? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, well, I mean, that's great because I see that you're going to go far in your career, just like everyone else I have on my podcast. They definitely have motivation and speed for it. And even if it's not music, it's going to be something in life. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely, bro. I've really been like, I know I'm 15. I always get told I'm young, you know, which is true.
Of course.
I've been preparing for the future for a while, and like, I really want to take the music shit far. So I hope I can.
Success has no age limit, and a wise person will always remember that. So don't let people tell you like, "Damn, he's young. You're young," but just remember that. But do you have any shout outs? We have 3 minutes left, so you got anybody you want to shout out? Anybody special or important?
Well, first off, I do want to shout out my other two cousins, Justin and Josh. They really, I ain't gonna lie, they're really one of the main reasons why I'm doing music, because they was really the only ones I was supporting it. So shout out Justin and Josh. Shout out my father, my mother, obviously. And shout out 870 Glizzy for helping on that song.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely.
Wow. That's great. That's great. You shouted out your family. That's beautiful. We don't normally get the fam shout outs on here. So I love that for you. Love a family oriented man.
I mean, it's very important. You know, it's the closest people to you, so.
Of course. Of course. Well, friends, this was another great episode of Cass's World. Well, after this, probably gonna go get myself together in my real life. And then, well, we're going to continue my series, A Decade in the Air. Make sure y'all stream that. And, you know, since we're here, let's go get Dear Choppa to 2 million streams because it's already hit a mil. So let's go get it to 2 mil because why not? Ain't nobody stopping y'all to hit that little stream button and listen to the song because it is a good song.
It's an amazing song. I definitely recommend it.
And you have that other song that I like too that you did the home. You're like, I don't want to like try to imitate you, but in the video you're like, come get this shit or whatever. I love that. That was another good song that you have.
Wait, what did I say?
You're like, I think you said come get this shit or whatever. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
That was my other.
It's the music video, right?
Another favorite song.
Yeah, that song's hard. Well, I appreciate you for having me, it was cool to be on here.
Of course. Well, friends, tune in tomorrow or tonight or whenever you decide to. I love you guys all. And yeah, bye. Say bye.
Peace out.